Hey, so recently people have been reaching out to me on Instagram, Facebook, and social media platforms, etc., asking me for tips on staying lean during quarantine. And that was a complete lie. Nobody's been reaching out to me. Nobody's been in touch with me. I just thought I'd put that in there to grab your attention and make myself sound way more important than I actually am. But that being said, these 3 tips should help you in keeping your headspace good throughout this, and that is the main point I'm trying to get across here. I'm trying to put out a good message out there to people so that they may get out of this, and let's call it damage limitation, shall we say. So the 3 tips I'm going to share with you today are simple, straightforward things that I would tick off on the box. So the first one would be try and keep your sleep patterns the same. It's important. There's a rhythm that we live to. It's called the circadian rhythm, and it follows the sun. When that isn't stuck to, things are out of kilter, okay? So I know for a fact when this first started happening, my sleep pattern was all over a little bit, but I managed to get it back on track again. Go to sleep at the same time every night, set an alarm, get up at the same time every morning. Even if you've got nothing to do, just get up and keep your rhythm the same. That's tip number 1, your circadian rhythm. Try and follow it. Tip number 2 is just try and keep busy. Set a routine. This is the one thing that's going to keep you going throughout this, is to stick to a routine. Okay, so right now, that as soon as the lockdown came, obviously after a few days of adjusting my brain to what had just happened, I just lost my business basically, just as everybody else has. I thought, right, okay, what are we going to do? So I still need to keep fit. Let's do a live workout every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And luckily for me, I found some work. I'm now a key worker working in a homeless shelter. So I managed to get 3 days work there as well. So that's keeping me busy and keeping me occupied, and also uploading the stuff to YouTube and creating content like this for you guys as well. So tip number 2 is try and stay busy. Learn something new. Pick up a guitar, try and play the guitar, try and play the piano. Enroll in courses. There's so many free courses out there at the moment. Get on one of those and just stay busy, and schedule it as well. You know, say like 2 till 3 o'clock is going to be an hour of guitar playing, 12 o'clock is going to be my lunch. Just have a schedule throughout the week. Also, that is another thing that's going to keep you really sane as well. And the third thing is just don't put too much pressure on yourself in this time, in these COVID times, because you don't need added pressure to the pressure that's already on. And there's, you know, stuff at play when talking about cortisol, and that's going to cause you to store more fat, etc. Right now, one of the things that I'm actually able to do through just actually staying in a routine is I've actually been able to have a look at my habits when I'm busy. When I'm busy, I don't always think about eating. So that means, and I found it easy to try and stay on track eating wise, I've got 4 days at home. So those 4 days at home are more difficult for me to stay with a good nutrition routine. So, you know, it's more likely to pick from the fridge and eat a little bit of chocolate here and there, okay? So I'm not batting myself down about that. That is going to happen in these COVID times. I say that one more time, punch myself in the face. So basically, on the 3 days that I'm at work now, I'm finding it really easy to forget about food. So I'm just fasting a little bit. So in essence, I will gain a little bit of fat over time, but I'm not beating myself up about it. But on the 3 days that I'm really busy at work, and I'm busy 12 hours a day there as well, I'm using those days to try and fast in the morning and consume way less calories on those 3 days. So hopefully, let's call it damage limitation, yeah? Okay, so the 3 tips going forward are: keep your sleep patterns the same as usual. Number 2 is try and keep busy and have a schedule in place going forward, week on, week out. Number 3 is just don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just take it easy on yourself, you know? There's enough pressure going around. Anyway, I hope you got some benefit from listening to this, and if so, subscribe to me on YouTube and all that. Like it, follow me on Instagram, drop a comment, and if you need any help or any advice, just give me, I'm here, you know, I've got not much to do, so give me a shout. Thanks for listening.